Similar to mine. So this is Race Driving 101. I'm a racing instructor, and this is the ultra condensed version of racing class. So first part is the traction circle. Very important concept to know about a car. So the stereo can only be as good as its.
Speakers.
Thank you. Race car can only be as good as its.
Tires.
Thank you. That's correct. Not between the steering wheel and the seat. This is the bottom of a tire, or the view of a tire. This right here is a thing called a contact patch. The part of your tire touching the ground is actually a rectangle, not round. That's right. This right here is what's called a traction circle, which is used to do a lot of analysis in racing. The radius is just one unit of traction. Let's ignore what it actually is. And you have 1 unit of traction in any direction on the car. You actually have a little bit more laterally because the width of the tire is usually wider than the contact patch's height. This would actually be elongated a little bit. So you can either do full braking in a straight line, maximizing the force up to the level, the adhesion limit of your tires, threshold, or you can be turning left as hard as you can without accelerating and not braking, just turning left, which gives you full threshold to the right, or accelerating as hard as you can, which gives you the maximum traction to the rear, or maximum force to the rear, or you can be turning right with no braking and no gas, and that's your maximum. So if you're going to combine these things, you have to reduce both of them. It's just this, your normal vector. You all should be smart enough to do basic vector math. So if you're turning and braking, you cannot turn as hard as you could if you weren't, and you cannot brake as hard as if you weren't turning. Very important points. If you are braking a little bit more than you can, you actually start to slide. You move outside of the traction circle. And this is the limit that we talk about when we talk about driving to the limit of your tires. So part 2 is weight transfer. So you don't just have 1 contact patch, you actually have 4. And the contact patch changes sizes, and the traction circle changes relative sizes based on what you're doing. If you're accelerating, like in this case, the effective contact patch of your rear tires are much larger than your fronts. If you have a 4-wheel drive car, you get a little bit extra. If you're braking, you have a lot more contact patch in the front of your car, a lot more force applicable on the front wheels. And if you go look at your car, if you have 4 disc brakes, the front discs are like twice the size of the rear discs. This is why. So if you're turning left, even throttle, not accelerating, not braking, most of your weight's on the outside of the car. And if you're braking and turning left, most of your weight's on the front right tire. This is referred to as weight transfer. When you're accelerating, to braking, to turning, all these things are moving where you actually have control of the car. And this means your front right tire is not sliding, but your left rear tire might be. So this really affects the attitude of the car when you're at speed. So another way to visualize this is just using the dots. I don't know why I really made those slides. Let's just rip through it. The next piece is the racing line. How am I doing on time? 2 minutes. Awesome. Racing line. So this is a right-hand 90-degree turn. Coming from the bottom up. This is one way through the corner. Is this the fastest way through the corner?
No.
Very good, students.
Nah.
Is this the fastest way through the corner?
No.
Okay, that depends. If the radius of this corner is like 75 miles. Okay. So it's very, it's important you have to factor in the corner of the track where you are. And of course, this is never the fastest way around the corner unless it's raining. And this is the only part of the track where you actually can get traction. The rest is covered with really slick stuff. So this is another way of looking at it. Is this the fastest way around the corner?
No.
Good question. It's not. The fastest way around the corner is a little bit more hockey stick-esque. And this has to do with the traction circle and your weight transfer. Because you want to, these are what they look like. You want to be braking pretty damn hard. You want to be braking really hard with as much of a straight line as you can. So you want to enter slow, exit fast. You want to get your braking done early so that you can exit the corner straighter and be accelerating in a straight line sooner. So zoom out a little bit. You want to be accelerating as hard as you possibly can until the last millisecond. And it's really, really forceful. This is the most forceful part of the race car, where you go from full throttle to full brake all the way. And you're braking as hard as you can in a straight line, and then you let off the brake as you start to turn, and you should be back to almost full throttle before the actual apex of the corner, so that the exit of the corner is straight as you can make it. So last one, putting it all together, and then I'm going to switch to one of the most insane in-car videos ever.
Is this you?
It's not me, but I wish it was. This is real, not set up. Outside, midnight. Well, I'll stop it there because time's up. But essentially, this is an Audi R8 professional driver, and this is the Pikes Peak course, which I believe is in Colorado here, and they do this every year. This, if you go off the road, you die. There's no.
Who are the crazy people standing on the side of the road?
Yeah, right.
We'll stand right at the corner.
On the outside?
Yeah.
If you want to see a lot of in-car video online, you can go to YouTube/Joe Nuxoll. I post tons of in-cars, so I have lots and lots you can watch of me, but it's not that bad. Not quite.
Cool. Very good.